Hi everyone, welcome. Today 102. So I have been a little bit inconsistent during this past 1 week. Not to worry. From now onwards, I will be consistent more. So here's a few things I would like to discuss. We were staying in a problem. We were developing the APIs for admin, right? So in the dashboard, we need to show the data of the past 7 days, and we are trying to fetch that using the APIs, and we are getting some issue. So the thing is, we have not tested that API in the testing. So now let's get back to Jira and mark the task. And I have also need to change the date for backend development, because if you remember, we have to change this. And since today is 7, let's mark it as 8 itself. And now also integration will be 4 days enough. So now let's test it here. First, in the backend development, the count API, just one dashboard data, graph data, which we are in progress. So let's start the backend server first. Python app.py. By the time, let me start the front end as well. And then we will log in here. So it is an admin functionality. So let me log in with the admin. Failed to fetch since I guess, yeah, now it started. So let me do it. So I got this. It's for authorization. With this, I'm going to use this. And let me try this. Does it work? So now we are getting the data, graph data as well. So it is also fetching that. Now what the change I have made, I just changed this function. Now instead of using the cast function, I am using the date function, which is converting this into date. And then I'm testing it for it and finally adding it in the graph data. So I'm sending this data to front end. So let's open the front end app, our front end application. So let me add this. There's still some issue in the admin, if you can see. So now I am moving to home, but it must move to dashboard. So that is a part we will resolve today as well, if we are able to resolve the integration of the data. So you can see we have resolved this earlier. Now we have to resolve the graph. So by the time, let's mark the APIs as complete. and then we are in the API integration. We will have to do that. So in the dashboard, we have to change the data here, like response.data.data. Now let's say we have to create one more thing, const graph data is equals to ref an object. Now with this graph data dot value is equals to response dot data dot graph. So you can see that it is graph. Now in the response, what I can see, graph contain labels. So now even we can leave the labels. Here it is user, and in the data, what we will say? We'll say graph data dot users. And let me print the graph data as well. Let me see it. So now it's an object value dot users. Now in the total post, it will be value dot posts. Here it will be post review, and finally it will be same. Let's say same the review. It will be user review. This is not there, so it is this much. So you can see there is no value in the past 7 days. And also if you see this thing, the console in the graph data, all the values are 0, right? So we are able to see the data, but to confirm that, what we can do, we can log out. Let me log in with the test, and let me add a post, new title, same test post head. Now upload failed. So let me check. It's because error is there any data truncation. So let me try with another video. So let's say uh, something like this. Now this has been added, and now let me log out and test as admin. So one new post is there. So there could be error in the password. So post is to there added, and data inside this is data is still 0. Count API. So start date is instead of UTC now I can directly write now. Still it is not invoking. Now it will send the data finally. So we will see that, and also let me change in the login page as well. So it's in the front end login page, sign in page, where uh, with response of this, now if response.data data dot role triple equals to admin, then it must push to router.push slash dashboard. So that is in the user API. It must also return role. Temp user role. Let me log out. First test with the test. It will take some time. Now I'm getting error 500. Control Shift I, login error. Now in the message, request failed with code response response.data. User has no attribute role. So let me see. So in the model, we can use roles user and for that user ID. Can do it here. Temp role equals to roles user dot query dot filter by ID equals to temp user dot user ID dot one. If temp role equals to dot roles equals to roles role dot query dot filter by id equals to role id. If role equals to roles dot role, roles dot name dot one. But what if I have to define this one, an empty one, just this one. Let me sign in request. Then it's in the response. So we are facing the issue. Here, which is a table object. So we will resolve this as well. So we are dropping off today by this part, and we will come back here again for the same reason. We will complete that issue of login, fix that issue tomorrow, and then we will work around other part of the admin. There is the table part, the graph part. That's all from my side, and let's come back tomorrow. Thank you for joining me.